Let's get going on that. And then after that, we are going to revise for the test. Okay, so 6A, thank you. 6A, we need 100 square root of 144 will give me 12. Square root of x squared, the square root and the square is going to cancel each other out, so only x. Then square root of y to the power of 2. Again, the square root and the square cancels out, so y. Any questions there? Yeah? No. Square root of x squared. There's actually a little 2 in front here, no? And that square cancels out with a square root. And that's why x is left. The same with a y. Okay. Okay. Let's look at B. Okay, so the minus in front is going to stay just like it is. Now, when we have a fraction, it's the same as breaking it up and saying put the top part in its own root and the bottom one in its own root. We are allowed to do that. Remember when we said it's division, you can break it up. No?
Does money have math?
A what?
A math set.
What do you need from the math set? I don't have a full math set.
Oh, I need the just the
Well, take the notebook. I don't think I do. But check, because there's nothing in here. Has any of you, what is that called? Yeah, a circle maker. Grade 9. Is that a protractor? No, a protractor is a graadeboog. Yes. Okay, but does anyone have one of these to borrow? No one. She's checking for you.
Thank you so much.
Okay. Kevin Form, say dankie. All right. Okay, let's carry on. So, I can break this up and say that will be the same as minus, and then the x to the power of 4. I'll show you that on the side. On the side here, x to the power of 4. Okay. Do you guys agree that that will be the same as x squared times x squared? Do you guys agree? Okay, and what's going to happen with that square and the square root? Cancel out. So I'm going to have x times, and there, same thing. This square and that square root is going to cancel out. So I'm going to have x. So your final answer will be x to the power of 2. Then over square root of 25 will be 5. Okay. Any questions? Yeah. We couldn't go any further than that. Can I skip? They en Neelan moet and put the phone away now. Right, hands up who's copying. Felicity, where? Are you okay? Are you okay? Are you not feeling well? Just tired. Right, can I skip? Okay. I don't want it to sound like this. Shh, girls. Miss Stefans used to say what? A D6. Right, so cube root, okay, cube root of negative 27 will be negative 3. And cube root of y to the power 3 will just be y. Okay, at D, 25x to the power 2 over 16y to the power 2. I could break that up and say that will be the same as put each one of them in their own root. Yeah, come in. Meneer de Bril weet dat je vrouw niet vast hebt. Meneer wie? Het is de Bril. Meneer Mattia. Wat wil hij weer? Of je vrouw niet vast hebt. These nuts. These nuts. Right, so what we could do here is we can break it up and put each one of those in its own square root. So 16y to the power of 2, also in its own square root. Now, at the top, square root of 25 will be 5, and square root of x will just be x. At the bottom, square root of 16 is 4, and square root of y squared is just y. And then I couldn't go any further than that. I had to stop there. There was nothing else to cancel out or simplify. Okay. Can I skip? Okay. Hands up, you're still copying? Okay. 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 Done. Okay. E. We've got negative 64p to the power 3 over 8. And we want cube root of all of that. Okay, so at the top, I could go and break it up. Okay? You don't have to, no. Cube root of negative 64 will be negative 4. And cube root of p to the power 3 will just be p. Then at the bottom, cube root of 8 will be 2. But can I stop there? 2 will go in once. Oopsie, sorry, different color. Once. And 2 will go in twice. So your final answer will be minus 2p. What? Okay. Then the last one is, this was a nice one. It made you think. Okay, right. So, let's look at the first part. The negative will stay. Square root of 49 will be 7 over square root of m squared will be m. Then minus. Now, I can get square root of 81. But can I get square root of m? Can I get square root of m to the power 3? No. So you had to go and cancel out. I'm going to show you now how I get to this answer. Have a look. This m will cancel out with one of those. So that's how I get the 81 over m squared. Does everyone see that? Yes, ma'am. Okay. So now I can go work out and say minus 7 over m minus 9 over m. Okay, now can you see they like terms because they both have the same denominator? So my final answer there will be minus 16 over m. Okay. Any questions? Right, so now we've finished with the whole chapter. But what I want to do now is revise a bit. So we're going to look at that revision exercise on page 27. Can I skip here? Anyone still copying? Okay. At number 1, they say, and this is now just to recap the whole chapter, write down the numbers that are integers from the following list of numbers. Remember, you should know what's real numbers, what's non-real, what are irrational, what's rational. Remember, that's in the test. Right? Okay. Then, number 2, write the following numbers in ascending order. What is ascending order? From small to big. Okay. Right. At 3, the temperature one night in Ulundi was measured as minus 1 degree Celsius. The temperature increased to 8 degrees the next day. By how many degrees did it go up? Okay. Then at number 4, which temperature is lower? So choose between those two. Number 5, calculate the value of the expression when x is minus 2. So meaning we have to go and substitute that into the equation given. What's the golden rule when we substitute in? Thank you. Put in brackets. Okay. Then 6 is normal calculations. Please remember about BODMAS. 7 as well. Number 8. Write down the value of x. That's like saying solve x. No? So straightforward. Number 9, again, keep in mind BODMAS. And then 10, 11 is basically almost like what we had in these last 2 exercises. Okay. So you guys can do number 1 up until 11. Tomorrow we're going to mark that and then also work through an old test. Okay. That is it. You guys start doing that now. It is a lot. So use your time wisely. You've got 15 minutes, which is enough. Right? So you could actually finish. Yeah, what you got?